Hi everyone, welcome to Chesspoint. Now the game of Superbet Blitz Tournament was started. I'm late for that. The first round was over, but the second round was started from 5 p.m. So now we see a second round first, and then if sometimes uh, taken, then we see the first round of Super Blitz tournament. So this is the second round of Blitz tournament between Magnus Carlsen and Praggnanandhaa. So Praggnanandhaa was here from white, and Magnus Carlsen from black. The first round winners, I tell you that the first match between VE and Gukesh was amazing game because at last VE blundered at the position, but the uh, position was a draw. But the blunder then VE loses the match, and Gukesh get his first point in this tournament of Blitz. Second, Magnus also wins the game, and Praggnanandhaa also wins the game. So Magnus, Praggnanandhaa, and Gukesh get 1 point in the first round. So let's see the second round of this Blitz tournament. So it takes some time. So it takes some time. So if it started the game, let's see how Magnus or Praggnanandhaa play against each other, because this is so much stress for both players, because in previous 3 days he get stress from a rapid tournament. So if you see or listen the Praggnanandhaa tells the news reporter that he get stress from continuously played the 9 rounds in this tournament, and after this Blitz tournament was also a stress for uh, both of them, because here is 18 rounds. So 18 rounds was not easy for anyone. So everyone tried to at the last of the round to win that tournament. So this tournament takes some time. Let's see what happened. So this is not currently started. So I show you the result of previous matches of round 1. So you see here that in round 1, VE from white and Gukesh from black, and Gukesh wins the game. Next was the Vincent Keimer and Northwick, and this game was a draw. The third was Duda versus Praggnanandhaa, and Praggnanandhaa beat down the Duda. And fourth was Magnus Carlsen versus Krill, and here the Magnus wins against the Krill. And fifth, Anis Kiri versus Arjun Irigesi. So this game was a draw. So these are the results of previous round or round 1. Now we see round 2 of Blitz tournament. So here we start the game. So the match was started. It was, we see the Praggnanandhaa and Magnus Carlsen game. So now you see here how fast both of them. So the first move of Praggnanandhaa was e4, then c6, Magnus hit, then d4, then d5, e cut d5, c cut d5, bishop d3, knight c6, e6, not a6, c3, then e6, and then bishop f4, then bishop d6, bishop cut d6, queen cut d6, knight f3, then knight g e7, double zero, double zero, then rook e1, bishop d7, knight d2, then f6, then b4. So Praggnanandhaa last move was b4. So here the move of Magnus plays b6. So we analyzed the game, but the game was a Blitz Tournament, so it takes some times. But the game was not in slow pace. That's why I not continue the analyze. But we see here that Praggnanandhaa plays a4, then Magnus plays here rook a c8. So this game was a good game. I think currently this is a draw position. Either chances of Praggnanandhaa winning position, but in front of there is a Magnus Carlsen who not easily winning or given a chance to win, but Praggnanandhaa gets some inaccuracy here with rook e3. So rook e3. I think rook e3. Then Magnus get bishop e8. So now see what Praggnanandhaa play here. So he play queen e1. So I think he tried to attack in the center. That's why Magnus plays the bishop f7, and then Praggnanandhaa play a5. So now after this, Magnus play here knight f5. So there is a noise in my background, so ignore that. Sorry for that. So Praggnanandhaa moves his rook to e2. So both get 3 minutes here. So now Magnus moves his knight of C rank to e7. So it's a knight c e7. So after this, Praggnanandhaa also moves his knight to knight f1. Then Magnus moves his move to queen d7, then a cut b6, and then a cut b6. So what was next? I think moving to knight was a prediction, but it's a knight g3. Then knight Max not exchange the knight. He goes to knight d6. Then Prag move his rook to rook a6 to attacking the pawn or at b6 square. So that's why Magnus defend that pawn with rook b8. Then Prag move his pawn of h rank to h4. Then Magnus move his rook of f rank to rook f e8. Then rook e2, and then knight f5. Not it's knight ef5. So now see what Praggnanandhaa moves. Oh, he rook a7 to attacking the queen, but rook b7 to protect that. And after that, Prague exchange the knight of f5, knight cut f5, and then knight of f knight f5. Then e cut f5, and Prague moves his rook to rook a8 to exchange the 8th rank rook. So here Magnus not exchange that rook, because if he exchanged to attacking position of rook of white, that's why he puts a rook be8. So it's called, we say that it's rook bb8. So now Prague try to attacking the queen side to interfere in the black side. So that's why he plays queen a1. Then Magnus attacking to rook cut a8, then rook cut a8. So now that position is similar, because here I think Magnus not cut the rook, because it's so let's see what Magnus play here. So Magnus get here is a 1 minute and 36 second, and Prague get 54, I think 54 to 58 second. So here Magnus moves his rook to rook cut a8 and queen cut a8. So that's a check. And then Magnus put his queen to queen d7, sorry, queen e7, queen e8. Now let's see what Pragg do here. So he plays queen a7, then Magnus plays queen e8. So after this, Pragg plays his knight to e2, then knight d4, then bishop cut d4, f cut d4. So here the chances of Praggnanandhaa was higher. It's a plus position for white. So now see, it's a winning position or Pragg lose this position. So knight f1, then f5, and then g3. Here plays Magnus h6. Then here plays Magnus to d5. So here the resting position here is 7 second, and here plays Pragg to c4, then d cut c4, then d4, d5, then bishop d7 to attack in the queen, queen h 6, then queen f6, queen h7 check, then king e8. Now the position was losing position for black, and here is the king e7, knight c4, bishop b5, knight cut b6, king cut d6, and queen d4 check. So this position was intense position for here. Not Praggnanandhaa, what to do here is here is a 4 second and 6 second from here. I think pawn up from Praggnanandhaa here, but it's a time pressure for him. So now let's see, it's Pragg winning the game. King g3, queen d3 check, king h4, queen b1, queen f5 check, then king e7, then king h5, queen. So now check, again check from black. So Pragg made his winning here to attacking. So now the position of the 0.2 second and 0.3 second, queen check, then king e7, not d7. There is a king e7, queen check. Pragg move his king too. Now check. Here's a king, is a blunder and blunder. Now we see here a check. No, it's a king f8. Oh my god. Pragg winning the game against the Magnus Carlsen from the Blitz second round. What a game. What a game. Amazing game from Pragg from here. Magnus put it many mistakes in this game. So now Prag leading the table with 2 points. He beats the Magnus Carlsen in the Superbet Blitz Tournament in second round. What a game. Let's see what Praggnanandhaa and Magnus do here. And we see here that Magnus did many, I think, blundering moves. And Prag see that, but the Prag is getting time pressure. That's why he not focuses on that moves. So let's see the first move of this game. So who get here to see the Praggnanandhaa and Magnus Carlsen game? Here the second round game. The round was over and Praggnanandhaa wins the game. But let's see who are here to see the game of Magnus Carlsen and Praggnanandhaa. We see the first move of Praggnanandhaa with the e4, then c6, then d4, then d5, e cut d5, c cut d5, bishop d3, knight c6, c3, and e6, and then bishop f4, bishop d6, bishop cut d6, queen cut d6, knight f3, knight g e7, then double zero, then rook e1, bishop d. Yes, it's bishop d7, then knight bd2, then it's f6. So f6 and then b4, then b6, it's a4, and here rook ac8. Here the move of Pragg, who create a imbalance in this position of this game, where Magnus something to lead here, but Magnus lose here the position with after the move rook e3. Magnus plays bishop d8, queen d1, bishop f6. Not bishop f6, it's bishop f7, then a5, knight f5, rook e2, knight c is c e7, then knight f1, queen d7, a cut b6, a cut b6, knight g3, knight d6, then rook a6, then rook b8, h4, rook rook e8. Here they start the position where rook e8 to attacking that position, knight f5, then rook a7, then rook b7, knight cut f5, e cut f5, rook a8, rook b8, then queen a1, then rook cut a8, rook cut a8, rook cut a8, queen cut a8, and here the blocking the check with queen e8. Then Pragg moves his queen to queen a7, then queen d8, knight e2. Then here the move of something mistakenly played by the Magnus with knight e4 for exchanging the knight, but here the bishop cut e4, then f cut e4, then knight f1, then f5. Here they started, you see here that you see here, this is the line who indicates that what the position here said that. So g3 and then h6, then queen b7. So this move was a draw position here, but how Magnus mistake here, and again he play the move of g4, sorry g5, then h cut g5, h cut g5, knight e3, then bishop e6, then queen c6, then king f7, then you see here c4, e cut sorry d cut c4, then d5, bishop d7, queen h6, then queen f6. Here the starting position of attacking of Praggnanandhaa of queen h7 check, and mistake of the black was he goes to king e8. Here I think queen who get back the attacking of the white, but he mistake here, and again queen g8 check. Here the ending of black. So now we see here king d7, sorry king e7, knight c4, then bishop b5, then d6 check, then king d7, so knight cut b6 chase, then king cut d6, then queen d5 check, so queen d5, then king c7, then here cut the queen cut b5, queen cut b6, then queen cut f5, then queen cut b4, then queen cut g5, then king e7, sorry king d7, queen f4, then king e6, then king g2, queen d4, g4, then queen d5, then king g3, then queen d3 check, king h4, queen b1, then queen f6, queen f5 check, then king e7, king h5, queen again goes to queen sorry for that mistake. So after this move, Prag plays here g4, sorry g5, and then Magnus plays queen d1 check, king g6, queen d3, then king g7, queen c5, sorry c4 check, not check, it's queen c5, then queen e5 check by white, then king d7, g6, then queen d3, queen f5, king e7, queen f6 check, king d7, king. Here the chances of, but it is a winning chances, but not much more impact. But king g8, then here a move of e3, then queen f4, sorry f7 check, then here the ending of this position. You see here that Magnus had low time here with queen king d6, then f cut e3, queen cut f e3, then g7, queen e5, king f7. So here you see 0.6 second and 0.7. What a game. Praggnanandhaa beats Magnus Carlsen here. So this was the match of Magnus Carlsen and Praggnanandhaa from Superbet Blitz Tournament. So it's a round 2. Let's see the what the result of round 2. So round 2 result is here. Gukesh loses the game against the Arjun Irigasi, and Kirill beats Aniskiri. Praggnanandhaa beats Magnus Carlsen. This is a change in this game. VE winning game against Vincent Keimer, and Nodrick loses his game against Duda. So this was the result of this first round. So now Praggnanandhaa leading this table with 2 point. I think he was solo because Gukesh get 1 point, Arjun get 1.5, I think, and Krill get 1 point. So here Praggnanandhaa leading the table of round 2. So sorry for that noise. Let's see here the third round of Grand Chess to Rapid Blitz Tournament. So now we see the card. The first match was Duda versus VE. Second was Magnus Carlsen versus Nordberg. Third match was Vincent Keimer versus Gukesh Domarazu. Fourth game was Anis Giri versus Praggnanandhaa, and the fifth game was Arjun versus Kirill, and this was the last. So he is the match card of the third round. So who are first to see here that this was ongoing the tournament of Grand Chess Tour, Superbet, a Rapid and Blitz tournament. So this was a Blitz tournament from Poland, and two rounds was over, and Praggnanandhaa leading the board and leading the table with 2 points. So in previous round, Praggnanandhaa beats Magnus Carlsen. So if you don't see that game, you see before this match. So now the game of third round was started. So now we see which game. I think we see Anis Kiri versus Praggnanandhaa. So Praggnanandhaa was on top level of this tournament. So now we see his game because he's leading the tournament. So here are the game of this tournament. The first here is the most difficult phase for me because this in Blitz Tournament they play his first 10 15 move in rushing mode. So let's see what the moves of we see here. So it is Anis Giri from white and Praggnanandhaa from black. So Anis plays knight f3, then knight f6, then c4, then g6, then g3, then bishop g7, bishop g2, double zero, double zero, d6, then c3 and e5, d3, then knight c6, rook b1, then a5, a3, knight d4, b4, a cut b4, a cut b4, rook e8, then b5, knight e6. So now this was the last position of Praggnanandhaa and Anis Giri game. Now Anis Giri played the move of knight g5. So webcam was off because of some technical problem. So within some time we got again started the webcam. But now you see here that Praggnanandhaa plays knight c5, then Gukesh, Anis plays knight e4. Why Gukesh was on my because Gukesh, I think because of candidates tournament, everyone get a Gukesh and Gukesh. So after this, I saw you the Gukesh game, but now it's a knight cut e4, knight cut e4, knight cut e4, bishop cut e4, then bishop h3. So bishop h3 was a bad move for black because in here the chances of winning of white was much more. So if we position setup here, so here is the king, then rook. So here plays bishop cut b7, bishop cut f1. So now king cut f1. So let's see what Prag play here. So we arrange the position here. So now Prag plays here rook b8, then bishop c6 and rook f8. So now we see that this is the last position of this game. So here plays e3. So now we see what here the position is. What the heck is going on? Here is a minus plus. Here is a losing game for Anis Giri. It's a minus 6.67. How? So after the move of e3, he plays f5. Then g2, then h5. Then h5. Then bishop. Where is bishop? Sorry for that. It's a mistake here. It's a bishop here. Not here. Here. So now we play bishop here. Bishop d5 check. Now let's see what so king f7, then queen f3, then queen e7. So now the move of white. So here the Anis Giri get 2 minutes and Brad get also a 2 minute with 1.56 second. So if h3 play by Anis here. So what mistake? So I think Praggnanandhaa loses the position because and sometimes we see that Prag winning this position. Then h3, h4. So it's continue with a draw. So let's see what here play by Anis here. So here a speeding move of move I will not see here, but we saw to you that what the moves of here. Anis cutted that pawn. Then Prag cut that pawn with queen h4. Then queen g6. Sorry, g3. So now we play here king h1, then pawn versus with f4. So it's Blitz Tournament. So now this is not queen h4, rook It's bishop e4. So this is a Russian position. That's why I'm not continuing this move, because I can confuse here. So this is a 36-second and 45-second match. Praggnanandhaa get 31 second and Anish will get 40 seconds. So now the moves are crazy here. So queen h6 play by Pragg. So it's h4. Now bishop d2 for exchanging the bishop. What Pragg think here is a draw position. So is bishop cut d2, queen cut d2, and here h5. So now Pragg did a time pressure here. So Pragg moves his king to king h8. If Pragg lose here, it's a time pressure. But let's see how Pragg backfire here or backing the game. So now Aniski get time pressure on it. It's 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. What was going on here? What? No, no, no. Here is a 9 second here with the one. What a match here. Rook f4, b6, king g2. So now it's not it's now that Anish Kiri winning this game and beating the Praggnanandhaa with uh, amazing balance. I think up down match it was, because in first phase Anish and Pragg game was a draw position. Then in middle Anish Kiri get mistake and Praggnanandhaa continue, but at some time Praggnanandhaa uh, loses that position and go to a plus minus game, then again plus equal game, and at the time pressure of this tournament of Blitz tournament, that's why Pragg lose this game. So that's why I saw or I tell you that Praggnanandhaa loses this game. So now this was a third round and Pragg. So it's over. Amazing. So this is a third round result of Super Blitz tournament, where uh, first Duda beat down by VE, and Magnus loses the game. A two lose for Magnus Carlsen here, because he beat down by not the Rick. What's going on? Blitz are crazy. Blitz game are crazy. Now Vincent Keimer winning the game against Gukesh. Anish Giri beats Praggnanandhaa. And now Arjun beats Krill. What was going here? Crazy. So now this was the match card of fourth round. So here is the Praggnanandhaa versus Arjun Erigesi. Then Gukesh versus Krill. Then third round is VE versus Magnus Carlsen. Fourth round was Nodrevik Abdurus versus Anish Giri, and fifth round was Vincent Keimer. So in this game, we see here VE versus Magnus Carlsen. You see here that this is the schedule of this tournament. So this is around 4 at 6 p.m. and currently is 5:51. So it takes 9 minutes or 9 to 11 12 minutes to start this game. After 6 p.m. there is a 6:30 p.m. fifth round was started, and after that 7 p.m. sixth round will be started, and 7:30 at seventh, and 8 p.m. is eighth round and Blitz round uh, of today tournament. Today, sorry, matlab, in today or this day, it's 9 round tournament where 8:30 was a last round for this day of ninth round, and tomorrow this is another 9 round. So it takes some time for starting fourth round here. So let's go to our position. So here the starting of fourth round of Superbet Blitz Tournament, where it's Magnus Carlsen versus VE, and currently Magnus loses 2 games here. So the first game was he winning, and the second 2 game he loses against Praggnanandhaa beaten Magnus Carlsen in second round, and third round again younger player beating Magnus Carlsen with Northberg beated Magnus Carlsen in third round, and VE wins 2 matches, but he loses against uh, Praggnanandhaa. So in first 3 round, Praggnanandhaa plays and uh, destroy, I think, to the top 2 players, which in rapid tournament winner VE, and the second position in rapid tournament Magnus Carlsen. So and third round, the pressure of time. That's why he loses against Anis Giri. So anyone of here uh, okay, here you see a amazing game after some time between Magnus Carlsen and VE, because at currently Magnus Carlsen loses two games against Praggnanandhaa and so at 6 p.m. We starting the fourth round. So it's take some time. So be ready. Here they start the game of Magnus Carlsen and VE, and the first move of VE was E4, then knight E6, then knight F3, then C5 and D4, then C cut D4, knight cut knight C6, then knight cut D4, knight C3, queen C7. So queen C7 by Magnus Carlsen. Then A6, then queen D2. So after this, this is another moves of here. After queen d2, Magnus goes to knight f6, then 000 by v. 000 was amazing games. So let's see. After this move, bishop e7, f4, b5, then e5. So hi and welcome. Webcam was started here. So this game was interesting because the 000 game was amazing. I think is a fully counter attacks game. One side not attack. If Magnus 00 here, I think this game gonna crazy. So after this, Magnus moves with the b4, then v goes to knight cut b5, then queen b8, and then e cut f6, g cut f6. So I think Magnus planning to attack the king area of white. So now we defense this game or either attacking continuously. Let's see. So this was the fourth round of Superbet Blitz Tournament. Let's see what we play here. Sorry for the background noises. We take some times. I think it's rushing time or it's problem on that side. So now he plays knight e6, bishop cut e6, queen cut. Sorry, knight d6, then bishop cut d6, queen cut d6. So it's a draw position here. So here queen cut d6, then rook cut d6, rook cut a1, a2, then king b1, rook a5, then bishop goes to bishop b6. Now let's see what Magnus doing here. So now Magnus goes to rook a8. Then here we place to bishop b5. So if someone thinks that in middle king was standing it there, so it's mean not that the position was losing position, but it takes risk here. If you take mistakes move or blunder here, or blunder chances here was very high. So this is a problem for beginners and intermediate players. Either expert players also get not doing this type of position. So after this move, Magnus play here knight e7. So let's see what we play here is under 2 minutes. So we take here some times. So here we play rook h d1, then Magnus plays rook b8 on attacking the bishops, or either prepare for attacking of the VE attacking position. So now we returns to the bishop d3. I think bishop d3 is a backing move. After this, Magnus moves his bishop to bishop b7, then g3. So here the position of white is very damaged position. So that's why Magnus attacking continuously to bishop f3 to threaten the rook. So now the rushing phase of this tournaments or a Blitz tournament was at 30 seconds games. So you see here how fast plays. So bishop g3, bishop g2, then rook f2. So now knight c8, then bishop c7, then rook b7, then rook at g2, then rook at c7, then c3, then king at e7. So here you see how fast I so this position continues. At this position you see here that the position was bad for white. So here the game was started. Now the meaning of time you understand here. It's a 6 second, 5 second, 4 second, 3 second, 2 seconds, and now the press. And there's a blunder move for white, and it's a punishment by the Magnus Carlsen. He know the further moves of this game. Now rook g8, check by rook, then bishop a6 block the position, then rook h2, king g7, king b6. So it's a counter attack game. You see the black king side was amazing, and white queen side was very strong, but if anyone get a center double pawn, this gonna be not easy for anyone. So now he sacrifices his bishop. So here the Magnus winning this game. I think he get a bishop. So now this is no much problem either. So it's a draw. It's a blunder by rook b1. What was thinking by Magnus Carlsen? It's a draw. What a game. Magnus loses the position at rook. b1 was a blunder by Magnus Carlsen. Now the game was a draw. Magnus Carlsen and V. So Magnus today that Magnus get some what happened to him because he loses the position. In Praggnanandhaa game, he also get a good position, but he loses that position. And here the result of this match, Magnus Carlsen versus VE is a draw. What was this game? Insane game from here. Here we see the position where he get blunder. So show you that position. Here you see, and this here, this is the indicator what the position was. It's a minus 4.71. It means that he loses properly this game. But what Magnus thinks here, he play rook p1. You see this? It's a draw because at C rank, you see it's a queen point or it's a connected pawn, just like what in the center where black get 2 point in center or D or E rank. What a game! What a game! That's why I like this tournament. There is full rushing game where either a GM can confuse here, very blunder moves, very mistakes in this game. So now we see the result of uh, the matches of the fourth round. So results are here. So now this is amazing. Praggnanandhaa loses another game against Arjun, who get 2 points. Praggnanandhaa get 2 points, and Gukesh get another lose. It's lost from Kirill. Oh, who is Kirill? This is very frustrated for Gukesh that he loses again from Kirill because he get 1 point only. VE and Magnus Carlsen draw the game, and Norderbeck and Anis Giri game was also draw, and Vincent Keimer and Duda game was Duda winning the game. So now Duda get so now Duda get 2 points. So I think VE again leading the board, leading the table. What was this? Is insane. So now you see the fifth round of this Super Blitz tournament. So the first is Magnus Carlsen versus Vincent Keimer. Then second was Anis Giri versus VE. It's a good game. Then Gukesh versus Duda. Another good game from this tournament. Then Arjun versus Norderbeck. Then Krill 6 versus Praggnanandhaa. And last it's Praggnanandhaa versus Krill. So here we see the game of Magnus Carlsen, Anis Giri, Praggnanandhaa. So now I think Duda and Gukesh and Arjun and Norderbeck game was amazing. So let's see what we do here. We see Duda versus Gukesh, either Arjun versus Norderbeck. So we see many games of Gukesh. So now we see Arjun game. So because he is currently a good time of Norderbeck. It's Norderbeck or either Nordi Beck hai. So let's see. The next round was will starting at 6:30 p.m. So there is a 6 minute for everyone who get bored from this and either break because at this time analysis is not good. But after this tournament, I got all the Blitz Tournament games at the live stream. We see the analyze and the game to how Blitz Tournament was insane. So now we see the Arjun versus not very big game. So we take some time. But if anyone comes here, so I tell you that Grand Chess to Superbet Poland Rapid and Blitz tournament was ongoing, and it's a Blitz tournament and it's a fifth round here of this tournament. At this position, all of them are just equal because Prag get 2 point, Arjun get 2 point, and Magnus get 1.5. I think he resists after this game. Either the next 9 game was a much important or much more higher for Magnus Carlsen because Magnus loses 2 games continuously and a draw with VE. So this is not good for him. So now the fifth round was started in some times. If you want, then I show you the game of Arjun and Praggnanandhaa games. So sorry for that. Arjun get 3.5. So I think he leading the board, or either he leading the game of this tour. So I think he resigned the game. Arjun level up here. So now I think I see the Arjun games. So it's a 2 minutes here to start the game. So it's a 2 minute break. So, hello everyone, I am back again. So, now this was a Superbet uh, Blitz Tournament of 2024, and it was round 5 of this tournament. This was an amazing game, and Arjun Legacy leading this table with 3.5 point. So it's a great news for us of Indian star Arjun get a 3.5 point. And one more thing I said you, this is a happy for everyone because Praggnanandhaa beat down the Magnus Carlsen at second round. So this was insane. If you want to see that game, you see previous minutes of videos. You see that game in the starting. I think the game was I see there. So now this was a fifth round. So we see here Arjun Legacy versus Nodrevik, either Nodreberg. So this game was I think start, but it's a glitch here. So now the game was started. Let's see the sorry. We see here the Praggnanandhaa and not Praggnanandhaa, our leading table player Arjun Legacy and Notherberg. So game was started. So let's see the moves of in the speedway. So first move by the d4, then d5, then c4, d cut c4, knight f3, knight f6, then e3, e6, bishop cut c4, then a6, double zero, bishop e7, queen e2, and then b5, then bishop d3, bishop b7, a4, knight d7, a cut b5, then uh, a cut b5, then rook cut a8, queen cut 8, then bishop cut b5, then double zero, then knight d2, then c6. So this was a move of Arjun. So he played bishop c4, then c5, then d cut c5. Now knight cut c5, then d3. So this game is in the speeding mode because both of them are amazing players. So after this, bishop d2, then rook f d8 by Nadribek. Then bishop d4. Then queen b7. So the position is set that it's a plus 1.6, so it's a winning position for Arjun. Now let's see how Arjun effect here. So he plays h3, then h6 by Nodderberg. I said him Nodi. It's rook a1. So I think he attacking the queen side. Then rook b8. So after rook b8, he plays bishop cut d5, then knight cut d5, then queen c4. So now the move of not the Berg. So after queen c4, he goes to knight b6. Then queen c2. And then knight d7. So it's a good game, continuing that it's a position as a winning for Arjun. Now let's see what the next move was. Knight goes to a6. So here Arjun plays the move of queen b2, then bishop goes to f8. So now bishop f4, f8, then knight c4, then knight b4. I think in the last of mid game or middle game, I think the position of this game was clear, but now it's then Arjun play here knight fd2. Then knight goes to knight c6, then bishop c3, then knight c5. Then queen c2. And then knight b4, then queen goes to queen d1. So now he plays on knight e4. Then bishop e5. Now after bishop e5, it's knight cut d2, then queen cut d2, then rook a8, then queen d1, then knight d3. Sorry, d3 not, it's d5. Then rook a1. So let's see how or either what move play by North Tripper. Here he played rook c8. Then he plays bishop d4, then bishop, not bishop, it's rook b8. So here the position is set that Arjun gets plus 0.67 in this position. So now after this he play knight e5. So let's see what Nodric play against him or if this move. So he moves his rook to rook a8, and now rook a4 was inaccuracy by Arjun. So here another chance for him to attacking him with but before it's a bd6. So now again Arjun forming a position where he continues attacking. So he goes to queen a1. Now it's a position where white get a chance to win this game, but let's see, the rushing position of this game was started. It's a 30 seconds games. I like 30 seconds game. So here the 11 seconds and 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5. Oh, it's 7. And Nodru has the time, not much pressure, but Arjun get the time pressure. So it's continue with a draw. So here knight b4, then knight c6, rook a2, rook b8, rook d8, rook b2, b4, queen b5, knight a3, queen d3, queen cut d3, rook cut d3, knight b1. So now the ending phase of this game was started. So after this bishop d6, then king f1. Then rook d5, Then knight d8. What? What he play? It's a winning game. What happened here? Because at knight c3 at f5. Arjun play knight d1 and it's a winning position for black, but it's resign. Why? What's going on? Let's see the notation. Knight c3 f5 then knight d1. So you see here knight d1 is minus 5.28. So why? I don't understand. Why not resign here? What was going? It's some glitch, I think. So the game was also over. All the game, I think this is a good thing for Blaze, because Magnus Carlsen and Vincent Keimer game was a win by Magnus. So now Magnus get 2.5 point. Anis Kiri loses and he got 2 points, and we winning. That's why he had 3.5 point. And Gukesh, he come back with another amazing game with Duda, and he beat Duda, and he get 2 points him also. And now at the fourth game, Arjun Erigesi beats Northwick, and this game I think something problem here, but Arjun winning the game, and now in the 5 rounds he leading the top table of this tournament at the 4.5 point. And after this, Praggnanandhaa also win this game and 3 points in his bag. So here at 7 p.m. the sixth round of this tournament is starting. So now here is an 8-minute gap here. So let's see the Gukesh and Duda game. So this game was about 28 moves. What happened here? Let's see. Duda from white and Gukesh from black. So let's start with first move was e4, then e5, and then knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. So it's a good opening. Then a6. So this opening, I think all you learn in beginning, or beginners also learn this opening. So now it's a practice time for him or them. So bishop a4, knight e7, 00, knight g6, c3, d5, e cut d5, queen cut d5, bishop b3, queen d3, bishop c2, queen d8, rook e1, bishop e7, d3, and d3, then double zero, knight bd2, then b5, then a4, bishop b4, b7, knight e4, queen d7, h4, queen g4, knight g5, h6, rook e4, queen d7, h5, knight goes to h8, then knight h3, bishop d6, d4, f5, d cut e5, f cut e5, queen and d5 check, knight f7, queen e4, knight cut e5, queen h7 was a blunder by white. So now king f7, bishop h7, knight f3 check, g cut f3, queen cut h3, queen cut g7, and here king e8, bishop g6 check, and this is so. After this, how I think what's going on is a glitches here, because this position was a winning position for how this position is a losing position. A check, if he was to then he get, so this position is a losing position I think, because after this knight goes to an insane position, and here's the mating position also for black, so that's why he is a losing position here. So this is the sixth round of Blitz tournament. So first is Northern versus Karelian, and second is VE versus Arjun Agassi. A rapid winner versus current top board leader Arjun Agassi. Then Duda versus Magnus Carlsen. So this game was also a good game. Then Vincent Kaim versus Anis Giri, and then Gukesh versus Praggnanandhaa. So now a good game here. With Gukesh get 2 point and Praggnanandhaa get 3 point. So this game is a good game. So this is a Indian Star Games. So in this we see the game of Praggnanandhaa and Gukesh. So in 2 minutes it started. So now the round six game was started, and this is a Gukesh versus Praggnanandhaa, Indian Star Games. So let's see the starting moves of this game. Knight f3 by starting by Gukesh, then knight f6, then g3, then g6, then b3, then bishop g7, bishop b2, double zero, bishop g2, and then d6, d4, then a5, then double zero, then a4, then b4, then c6, a3, d5, c. Some pause here, but let's see where we are. We are here at the move of queen c2, then b5, then e4, bishop e6, knight c3, then rook a7, h3, queen b6, rook d1, h6, knight e2, then bishop c uh, 8, then d5, then rook b7, knight f4. So here you see that how uh, both of them are trying to uh, here you see Gukesh get not much defense at queen side, but three pieces are there. But Praggnanandhaa get all pieces for queen side attacking. Why I don't think. So the technical issues are there again and again, but I continue with this. But this is the last position of this match, Praggnanandhaa versus Gukesh, and it's I think Prag wins here, and that's why Prag wins here, and Ramesh Babu Praggnanandhaa wins against the Gukesh Damaraju. So this is an insane game. Sorry for that because of technical issues. We see the game here where we started. So this game was an amazing game. So I think Prag and Gukesh get early to finish this game. So here we are before the technical problems. So after this move, so now after this move, knight h4, then e6, then rook d8, then knight cut d8, bishop cut b7, bishop cut b7, knight g2. So here the starting of losing of Gukesh from this position, knight c6, then rook d1, queen c7, rook e1, knight e7, then knight e3, then queen c6, then f3, then c3, bishop c1, knight c7, knight d3, knight d5, and then knight cut d5, and then knight cut d5, knight c5, bishop a8, queen f2, queen c7, queen d4, and then g5, and then king f2, queen c6, knight e4, queen c7, king g1, then bishop cut e5, queen cut c5, then queen b8, then king g2, bishop g7, rook d1, uh, queen b7, h4, g cut h4, rook h1, then knight f6, knight cut f6, bishop cut f6, and here the last position of Praggnanandhaa and Gukesh game. So now we see that in 6 matches, Gukesh get only 2 points, and Prag get not too much. He gets 6 matches and 4 points. So Gukesh again loses the games. So let's see the result of this games. So now the grant is to Super Bet Poland Rapid and Blitz Tournament. Round 6 was over, and this was the result of round 6. So first Nordervik and Kirill match was when Nordervik wins the game, and V and Arjun Erigasi game was insane, and here the Arjun get a loss from VE. So that's why he both get a same point, I think. So let's check it's a same point or not. So it's see, it's a 4.5 and 4.5 point, and sharing the board with VE. And after this match, there is a Duda versus Magnus Carlsen and a top class GMs with a draw. So now Magnus get, I think, 3 point. Yes, Magnus gets 3 point and Duda get 2.5 point. This is a bad thing and live stream that a technical issue again and again, because there is a light issue in my town uh, because of some electricity problem in there. That's why it takes a light off and on. So at further thing, this is not a good thing, but let's see the result. We see a result before that. Magnus and Duda's game was draw, and then Kaimer versus Anis Giri game was also a draw. And then last, Gukesh Damarazu versus Praggnanandhaa game was amazing. I think Gukesh get some blunders there. That's why Praggnanandhaa winning the game, and it get 4 points. So now I think Praggnanandhaa and so Nandravik also get a win, that so that he get 3 point. So I think Arjun and VE leading the board, and at second Prag with 4 point. After that there is a Magnus Carlsen and um Nandravik. So now again is a chance of amazing game between our most awaited games. before after the candidates tournament. So you all know that before that the situation when Magnus Carlsen said that about Gukesh. So Rapid he get a draw. Now another chance for Gukesh to show them the Magnus Carlsen about the games and how he play in candidates and beat the Magnus Carlsen right now. So this is a game of seventh round. Anish Giri versus Duda, Magnus Carlsen versus Gukesh Domarazu. So and third is Kirill versus VE, then Arjun versus Vincent Keimer, then Prag versus Vincent Keimer and Prague versus Northriver. So it was also a good game, and I think this is not uh, nothing about to see this game about others. So Magnus Carlsen game versus Gukesh. I think this round I see this game. So let's see with about. 7:30. So right now about 1 to 3 minutes later we started the game between Magnus Carlsen and Gukesh Domaraju. So first of all, Magnus Carlsen is amazing because he get an Blitz, Rapid, Classical both get an 2800 plus rating, and Gukesh get a Classical good, but at Blitz and Rapid he got not much at the level of Magnus Carlsen, but he fight better and better for winning and drawing the Magnus Carlsen. So let's see the game. So I think after this, there is a two round left. So there is a much more viewers here, but we try. I try my best to know about that. It's just the beginning of my live stream, so that's why we only do a live stream of matches. But after sometimes I get something that I play online or live stream that matches. So like to see. So I think it takes not much more, but let's in few seconds we started. The Magnus Carlsen versus Gukesh Damaraju in Superbet uh, Rapid and Blitz tournament, but this was a Blitz tournament, and before in Rapid, uh, there is a match between Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen, and that was a draw. At that point, Magnus winning the matches, but Gukesh continues and convert that losing to a draw with Magnus Carlsen. So now see how Magnus treats Gukesh and Gukesh how fights with Magnus Carlsen here. So, hello everyone, welcome back. So now the seventh round of this tournament is started, and we see the Magnus Carlsen versus Gukesh Dumaraju matches. So this is the starting position of this match. So let's see the previous moves of this game. So first, Magnus from white and Gukesh from black. So it's a knight f3 by Magnus, and then d5, then g3, knight c6, uh, d4, bishop f5, knight h4, bishop h4, bishop g2, and then 00, bishop e7, uh, h3, bishop h5, knight f3, knight f6, c4, 00, c cut d4, e cut d4, knight c3, knight e4. And now the move of white means Magnus get a chance here to move here. So now let's see what here Magnus try, if he exchange or not. So here Magnus not exchange yet. He moves his knight to e5. Now see how Gukesh responds this move, and he cutted the knight with knight cut e5, then d cut e5, knight cut c3, then b cut c3, then it's c6. So what uh, Magnus plays here is f4, then it's a position where I think it's minus 0.84. It means that a plus for white. Sorry, it's plus for black. So now black play here is f6. So Gukesh thinking about that. So now after the move of that, he plays bishop f7, then e cut f6 here. So I think bishop cut f6 are coming here. So he not cutted the bishop, he checked on the bishop c5, and that's a good idea. And here the king h2, then queen f6, and here the queen d3. Now this position is not good for Magnus Carlsen. He is get a minus 1.96. Oh, he misses down the moves, and he got a bishop g6, and it pushes the pawn to direct to the f5 to attacking the black bishop. So now what Gukesh play here? So here Gukesh takes some times. it seems like that bishop goes to f7, what I think, and after this bishop f4 by Magnus, and bishop d6 and bishop cut d6. How fast was Magnus? He know that black bishop was much more important, so that's why he cutted that bishop, and after that queen cut d6, and then queen g3 by white. So after that move, Gukesh moves his rook to rook a d8, then queen cut d6, then rook cut d6, then rook a d1. So now the position are same for both of them. I think plus 0.29 for white. So it means that's either draw or win for white. So it's here comes with rook f d8 by black, and after this rook f4 by white. So this game was much more important for both of them because Gukesh had only 2 points and Magnus had 3 points. After this, we see here that the c5 by Gukesh. So after that, Gukesh plays the move of c5, then rook a4, then he goes to a6, and then rook a4 by Magnus Carlsen, and now Gukesh get another move for here. Now Gukesh puts the b5, and here a4 by white, and then bishop e8, and now white play king g3. So the game was continue in the in game, and after this move, Gukesh play the move of d4. So c cut d4. So Gukesh thinking here. So Gukesh takes some time, and after this move, rook cut a d4. So Magnus plays here a rook c1. So he put to c4 by Gukesh. Then Magnus cut that pawn, rook cut a6, then b cut a6. So I think Gukesh get here pawn lose, but bishop f3 by Magnus. Then rook c3. King f8, rook a7, rook d2. I think again Gukesh get in a time pressure here. So Magnus takes some times here and you get to 43 seconds. And now the game of this is interesting here. It's a 30 seconds game. So Magnus plays his king f4, then Gukesh plays his to rook b2, then g5, rook b3, then rook c1, then c3, bishop e4, then rook c4, uh, king e3, rook b3 check, bishop d3, then rook c5. Now Gukesh get only 7 seconds and the Magnus is 22 seconds. After this, king d4, then rook c3, then e4, then 8 3, sorry 8 3, then e5, then rook c8. So here the chances of Magnus winning is sometimes here, but I think Gukesh get a blunder here. So here the losing position for Gukesh here, and now Magnus get fully destroy the Gukesh because he never forget that. So the end is here, and now Magnus show them the level who he are and win against the Gukesh, and Magnus get 4 points in Blitz tournament of 7 round and Gukesh get only 2 points. So this is another losing for Gukesh in this tournament. So let's see the others game. So all games are over. Now we see the result. So Praggnanandhaa versus Northrbek match was a draw. Then Anis Giri versus Duda match was also a draw. Then Magnus Carlsen wins against the Gukesh. Then Kirill loses against the VE. So now VE is leading with this 5.5 point, and Arjun get a 5 point. Now this is leading by V again in this tournament because he wins the rapid tournament. Now Arjun draw with Vincent Keimer. So this is the seventh round results. Now this was the 8th round match card of Duda versus Arjun Erigesi and VE versus Praggnanandhaa again, and I think Gukesh versus Northrbek and Vincent Keimer versus Kirill Sevanko, and fifth Magnus Carlsen versus Anis Giri. So these match card are also good. So now we see what game we see here. We see Duda versus Arjun, either VE versus Praggnanandhaa again, or Gukesh versus Northrbek, either Vincent Keimer versus Kirill, or Magnus Carlsen versus Anis Giri. I think VE is leading this tournament or leading the board, so I think we see their game because VE versus a Praggnanandhaa. So if Praggnanandhaa beat VE again, he got a chance to top little again because V is on 5.5 and Praggnanandhaa get the 4.5. So the next round will starting in 8 p.m. So now you take some rest. We're back here in 8 minutes. So, eighth round. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And the round 8 of Blitz Tournament was started, and this game was between we see the Praggnanandhaa versus VE game, and we from white and Praggnanandhaa from black. And Praggnanandhaa get 4.5 point in 7 round, and VE get 5 uh, 5 in round 7. So now this is a round 8. Let's see, math is also started, but we see the previous move of this game. So the first move of VE was in knight f3, then knight f6. So we take its speedily way. So c4, then g6, knight c3, bishop g7, d4, double zero, e4, then d6, h3, knight c6, then d5, knight b8, and then bishop d3, a5, double zero, knight a6, bishop e3, then e5, a3, bishop d7, rook b1, knight h5, b4, b7, b6, then bishop c2, then f5, e cut f5, g cut f5, and then this is the last move before the live position of the game. So now the VE is get move here. So he moved his bishop to bishop d2. So at we see here the position. This is not a good position for black, because here the plus 1.18 here to show that the position is much more in the side of white. It means that we in a good position here. So let's see how Praggnanandhaa uh, back fire here. So if we see here that the position of VE was much better than Praggnanandhaa, because he gets settled down all his pieces, and he opened the file. I think he double rook or queen attacking the king side. So he goes to queen e8, and then VE again go to rook e1. So now the game was interesting, and king h8 by Prague. And let's see what we play here, because if we see the analysis, it's just similar before plus 1.19. So here knight d4 by VE, then queen g6, knight e6. So it's a draw position again. It's something to draw position, either a plus 0.64. So VE and the Praggnanandhaa game of round 8 was started, and this game was much important for both of them. If Praggnanandhaa wins here, he get a 5.5, and VE is a 5.5. Then both they get lead the table in the Blitz tournament. Now see what Prague moves here. So here get a 0.41 second for Prague, and we get 1.46 second. So if we see here, that is a time pressure on Prague. So now Prague get a in a 30-second mode, and he get moved rook f6. Now it's a, I think the analysis say that he is a mistake, either a blunder. So if he goes to rook f6, Then we pushes the g4, then e4, and then knight cut e4, bishop cut e4, f cut e4, then bishop e4 again, and queen goes to f7, then knight g5. So here you see here, this is a plus 5.39. So now you see this is a winning position for VE. So let's see what VE is continue or ending a blunder or mistake again. So I think Praggnanandhaa in a time pressure also. So what do you think? Here we get much more time. 1.27 seconds in Blitz is much and very more time for anyone. So he take times to calculate the moves, and Prague get at a time pressure. Now we continue to close the game. So let's see what we continues. He cut the rook. Either he get us some mating position. So at g cut h6, and then bishop cut h3 by Prague, and knight cut f6, then bishop cut f6, then bishop g6. Now what? Bishop f5, then rook b3, a cut b4, then rook g3. It's a mating position for VE, and it's try to attacking. Then bishop h4, queen a1, check. So now the game, I think, is the end. And here the end, oh my god. VE again, it's a, I think, counter attack for Praggnanandhaa, because before in round 2, round 3, I think, yeah, round 2, he beated the VE. Now VE counter attack and win against Praggnanandhaa, and he got solely, I think, solely lead the tournament after the round 8 and 6.5 points. What a game! So this was the round 8 of Superbet Blitz Tournament. So the matches are also there. It's a Jin Chris Duda. This match is not over yet. And Gukesh versus Nomrit. So I think Praggnanandhaa and VE game was first to finish here. So we see here Gukesh match. So here you see Gukesh and Nandarabic what position. It's a draw position, either a winning position. It's a 8 second and 4 second game. Nandarabic, oh, Gukesh get blundered here. I think Gukesh get blundered here. I think Gukesh again losing the game. It's a disaster for Gukesh. What was going here with Gukesh? He get stressed with the candidates, either something he not get because he loses a 5 round, I think. It's proper lose. Because play here continuously. All we know, never give up. So that's why we are here to. Here you all see it's a double point. Gukesh all knows, but we also see in kids that he never get back and resign. So who see that? The GMs not resign anyone. So why kids and beginners resign? Someone and some players get annoyed with this, but when anyone can mistake. So Gukesh versus Not the Brick. Its game was, I think, it's a winning for Not the Brick, and something heartbreaking for Gukesh. Again lose. He get 8 round and 2 wins. What was happening? It's a pressure, either stress. What happens to Gukesh? He losing again, and he get only 2 points in 8 rounds. And either we see that Nodrebek had a 4.5 here, and it shared the leading board with Prague here. So this is the Nodri versus. So all the games are over here. So let's see the result of the 8th round. So you see here the first match with Duda and Arjun Irigesi. Arjun winning the game, and I think he gets 6 points. So he at the second position with after VE, and after VE Praggnanandhaa loses, V wins. Gukesh loses the game against Northern Vincent Keimer winning the game with Krill, and Magnus Carlsen beats Anis Kiri. So I think Gukesh again in the bottom after round 8, because Anis Kiri also get a 3 point, and Magnus Carlsen get 5 point. So this was the 8th round of Super Blitz tournament. Now this was last round for today of Grand Chess Tour Super Bet Rapid and Blitz tournament of especially for Blitz, because in tomorrow there is a 9 round again for the last day, and then decided the winner. So now it's an 8 round, and I said you that at the first is VE, then Arjun Irigesi, then Magnus Carlsen, then Gukesh. Sorry, not Gukesh. It's Praggnanandhaa and Nodrebek, then Krill and Keimer, then Anis Giri, and at last, this is not good for Gukesh, but he was in a bottom. So let's see after at 9 round he get a winning. So let's pump up with us, and after that today, then today, tomorrow, I think he counter back and winning some games, and in the game of this tournaments. So after this game, the stream get over, but it was the last game of uh, this night. So it's 8:24. After this, it's 8:30. We see the last game of day 4. So let's see what's the match card here. So first match was a good one. It's Arjun Irigesi versus Magnus Carlsen, then Anis Giri versus Gukesh Domaraju, Praggnanandhaa versus Vincent Keimer. I think Vincent get us 3.5 point, and then Nodrevik versus VN. VN versus Nodrevik was a good one. So if Nodrevik beat down V, it's a match everyone get a chance, because it's 9 round. I think tomorrow 9 was much more important. So here I think the two games I see here is Anis Giri versus Gukesh, or either Arjun versus Magnus Carlsen. So I think Arjun versus Magnus Carlsen is much more important here, because Arjun gets 6 point and Magnus gets 5 point. If Magnus wins here, it gets partnership with Arjun at the leaderboard. So let's see here. I think we see the Arjun Irigesi versus Magnus Carlsen in last round of So it's a 5 minute late. Late not. It's five after 5 minutes we see that, but uh, today we get some problems of internet connections. But tomorrow I think I got not get an internet connection problem. So we continue that, and I think only two of viewers watching this video currently. So I am glad that that two was amazing who support me at this position, because I think I started currently the live stream of beginning of because I'm not much more experience in live stream. But if I will get continuously doing that, I think watching of people is increasing. That's my goal. So thank you once again for who watching too. I think you are amazing, because I will not much more be on this video. So I show you the schedule after this match. That is, you see here is 8:30 p.m. We started the ninth round. After this 4:30, we see the May 12 around 10, and let's continue to the 8:30 at round 18. So that's the end of Superbet tournament. So everyone was ready for the round 9 of Grand Chess Tournament, Tour Superbet Tournament. After this, I again tell you that the first position after the round 8 was VE with the 6.5 point. After that, Arjun Ganigeshi, he is in second position, so it gets 6 points. Then Magnus Carlsen of with 5 points. Then Gukesh, sorry, not Gukesh, Praggnanandhaa and Nodrek with 4.5 point. Then Kaimer and Shrivela with 3.5. Then Anis Giri with 3 point. And last, this is disaster for Gukesh that he get only 2 points in 8 round. What happened to him? I don't know. But this was the last round for today of Superbet tournament. Let's see who wins. So please don't go anywhere. It's just 2 to 3 minutes we started here. So after this tournament, I think I started some live stream with online game, or either I something planning to do, but this the amazing thing I get here, but this plan was ongoing and in process, so it takes some times, but that was amazing. You see that, then you get amazing thoughts about that. So now in 2 to 3 minutes, the round 9 will be starting. So we see the first match between Arjun Irrigation and Magnus Carlsen. It is much important for both of them. So let's see the previous. Praggnanandhaa is in a good form, but Arjun was the most rated player in three Indians. He get 27.44 rating. I think this is amazing rating for anyone in a Blitz tournament, because Gukesh get a 2 point. I think he got a pressure, either a stress for something, because in much more, because he wants a break, but just get not in break. He comes here and fight with the Super Gms. So let's see Gukesh in a good form, and it helps Gukesh also, because all we know that if we play again and again and again, we get something new. So tomorrow round was amazing, and you all see how Praggnanandhaa wins third position in rapid of Superbet tournament, and I think he got another position in Blitz tournament also. So let's see what happens. And after we see also that Arjun is in a good form. So the game was started, and let's see the round 9 of Superbet tournament. Now let's see the game of this game. I think is a good game. You see here Arjun from white and Magnus from black. So let's see the previous move of this match. So here white plays d4, d5, knight f3, knight f6, bishop f4, bishop f5, e3, e6, then double zero, sorry, bishop d3, then bishop g6, then double zero, bishop d6, then knight e5, and then the last move of this match from before the live position. So this is a live position of Gukesh, sorry, not Gukesh, why Gukesh, and again it's Arjun versus Magnus Carlsen. Tell me. So now you see that bishop cut d6, queen cut d6, c4, then c6 by Magnus Carlsen, then knight c3, then knight d7, then g3, then knight h chance of Arjun here, but Magnus get upper hand. So it goes to knight g6, then knight f8 again, king e7, then here's to try to draw, but Magnus knows that this was a win for him. But I think Arjun maintain, and it's a position of a draw. So after the king c3, that's a mistake. That's then again Magnus that him a chance to knight f3. Then I think Magnus goes to a draw. So this game was insane. It's the 10 second, 5 seconds, 12, 11, 10, 14, and again a queen, and it's a queen, queen check, and queen h3. Sorry, queen h8 check, king g2. Amazing for a game from here. Queen h5. Now let's see what king a6, then queen c7 check, then queen a8. Now let's see what happens here. Queen c8 check, then king a6, queen d7. Now let's see what Praggnanandhaa I didn't get here. He get the queen e3, then a g3. What a key. So this game goes. So at the Blitz, it's important to how to control emotions, because here the any one move can get a blunder to winning. That's why you see here how fluctuate here, mistake, inaccuracy again and again. Now Magnus try hits full of strength. Queen d5 check, king g6, queen g8 check, king h5. There is a g2. Now what he do? What It's a king, queen, e2. It's a losing position. So Magnus mistaking blundering the moves, but he continues and it's make his win, and Magnus Carlsen win against Arjun Erikesi, and it goes to 6 point again. Both of them get a 6 point. What a match. Let's see what it's a 90 move match. It's a blitz. What a match. So this is the Magnus Carlsen versus Arjun Erigesi. For that technical issue that creates here, that I'm not fully share all the game, but let's see the result of round 9. So if we see round 9, get all the matches are over. And first Arjun Erigesi was Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen win. Anis Kiri versus Gukesh, it's a draw. Praggnanandhaa versus Vincent Keimer. Vincent Keimer winning here and Praggnanandhaa lose. Northrick versus VVE continuously at the top of the 7.5. You see 7.5 in 9 rounds. He leading the board. And then Northrick Kirill versus Duda. Duda winning. So if we see Duda get 4 points, Kirill he'll get 2 points. Nadrik get 4.5 points. We get 7.5. Then Praggnanandhaa get 4.5. Vincent get and 4.5. So now the game are interesting. And Arjun Gracie get 6, and Magnus get 6, and Aniski get an 3.5. Gukesh get an 2.5. So this was the last position of this round 9 Superbet tournament. So this is the last thing for today. I continue with the last standing of round after round 9. So first was VE again leading the board with 7.5 point. Then comes Arjun Erigesi and Magnus Carlsen with 6 point. Then at third it's Prag and Northrbik, I think, or again with Vincent Keimer. He also get 4.5. So he three of them at third. Then it comes with the Duda with the 3, and Grill with the 2, and it's before it's Anis Kiri with the 3.5. And at last, this is not good, but tomorrow game was important for Gukesh, and he get a 2.5 point in 9 rounds. So this is not good for him. But let's see what the next games are there, and let's see he come back. So this was the round 9 of Superbet tournament. So today's stream was over here, and I think we will meet tomorrow at 4:30 with the last 9 rounds of Blitz Tournament of Superbet. So now it's over for this. Bye.